Hello everyone and welcome back to the Belgian Beer Brothers channel. By now you guys must have noticed that I love trying out new beers and all kinds of beers, but also the El Cheapo supermarket house brands. And today we are going to look at one of those. Today we are tasting the Steinburg Clásica by Mercadona. Although it might be confusing since Steinburg sounds German and is brewed in France and Belgium, we are technically talking about a Spanish beer. Steinburg is Mercadona's house brand and it's about as Spanish as it will get. This Steinburg Clásica beer found its origin at a licensed brewery in France called Brasserie Champignol by TCB Beverage Company. But it has been brewed by Font Salem, a DAM subsidiary, too, and since Mercadona went from 4 beer suppliers to over 20, Steinburg is now brewed by brewery Martens in Belgium. Just like the Tout Bien by Average Rub, by the way, and many other beers. Steinburg Clásica is a pale lager, so a low fermented beer with an ABV of 4.8%. It's brewed with malted barley, corn and hop extracts and even has artificial coloring in, so E150 caramel coloring dye, instead of using actual hops and caramel. The bottle design is quite nice. It's very old-fashioned and some may say outdated with that deep green and gold details, but it has a very classic look and feel to it. It hints vaguely to the old German lagers with the gold and the crests and all. And of course the design is broken up by the huge barcode, in this case on the bottle cap, for quick and efficient scanning, as this still is a supermarket house brand. Unfortunately, I looked around online and it's very hard to find a positive review about this beer, and at 69 cents per liter they do aim for a certain type of user, I'm afraid, but I'll try my other best to taste and review this beer objectively, because I haven't before, I haven't tasted it. That being said, yeah, let's go. I do get some bubbling up. It's always a good sign. And I just see that this one is actually not brewed in Belgium. I have seen cans that are brewed in Belgium. This one is brewed in Font Salem in Valencia. So this is brewed by the DAM group. And that's why it's important to double check. Now, I wanted to say I am impressed by the color of this beer, but then again, I just mentioned that this beer is full of E150 and I have absolutely no problem with E numbers in food. E numbers can vary a lot, and I've worked in F&B for about 20 years now, so I do know that there are better and worse E numbers. E150 is just a caramel coloring dye. I'd rather use caramel or just color my beer with the malt bill, but hey, who am I? Nonetheless, a nice color. This is a very classic golden yellow, well actually gold beer. The foam is not entirely white, it's slightly off-white, which often actually points to less additives in the beer. So again, a good point. I like the amount of carbonation in there. It is very clear. It is a filtered lager, of course. So, what does the nose say? Actually, it does have a very, very pleasant smell. So, up until now, only good points for this beer. Even though this is not a cerveza tostada, I do get some roasted malts in there. Not heavily roasted, just like some caramel malts. I do smell caramel in itself as well. I also smell like bread. Yeah, very grainy, very malty. Quite sweet, slightly bitter, like a classic lager should be. Carbonation is not dominant, also a good sign. Okay, and let's say what the taste tells us. Okay, first off, let's start with the mouthfeel. This actually does have a rather pleasant mouthfeel. Now, I did say that this is brewed with malted barley and corn. Corn also alleviates the intensity of the mouthfeel. So, again, good points. But in the mouthfeel also, the carbonation is rather dominant. So it wasn't in the nose, but in the mouth it is. It's not necessarily negative, but the taste isn't super either. I do get a bit of bitterness, which is quite nice. I do get some sweetness, which is quite nice. But throwing it all together, I do get a very artificial beer. And not necessarily because I know that it's artificial taste, but you can actually, well, I wouldn't say you can smell that it's artificial, but something in the smell is off and something in the taste is off as well. And I don't have enough experience with this, or at least I think so. But how should I put this? I do think that when using fresh hops, or, well, I mean hop pellets, of course, because who in the world still uses fresh hops? But when using real hops, as opposed to extracts, and don't get me wrong, I'm absolutely not against extracts. That can give some extra, no pun intended, and it could be quite handy and easy to brew with. But I think the combination of several artificial components here makes a very artificial beer. Now, taste-wise, I'm not gonna say that it's very disappointing. I've actually had worse, but it's absolutely not satisfying either, and that's a bloody shame. Now, like I said, at 69 cents per liter, yeah, you shouldn't expect too much. This is a 33 centiliter, that means that this is 23 cents per bottle. Yeah. This beer could do with some added bitterness, but this falls in the range of Gara Pils and stuff. Not a fan. Which is a shame, because Mercadona actually does have other house brands that are very qualitative and pretty nice. So I am going to flunk this beer and, yeah, just call it a 2. I was thinking about 2.25, but who am I kidding? Whose feelings am I gonna hurt? So let's just call this a 2, and I am actually not gonna finish this. It's not that bad, but yeah, I'd rather just grab a Coke then. So, that all being said, yeah, quite disappointed. As usual, if you guys like this video, not necessarily the beer, but the video, yeah, let me know down in the comments. Hit the thumbs up, let me know If you have any questions or remarks, if you have any suggestions or requests, I'll try to honor them. If you guys want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and you will be the first to know whenever I upload something, which should be every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. And if you want to support this channel, I don't have Patreon or whatever, just share one of my videos and let's make this community grow. Yeah, cheers you guys.